Morning, guys. Questions, tickers, throw them there in the comment box. We'll start here in 2 minutes. Good morning, good morning. Let everybody start populating in here. All right, get my stuff posted to my groups. Help those savages out. Should have a good trading war room today. We should be getting some movement now in the markets. VIX expiration's over. Data dump this week today. So we've got some directional moves. All right, guys, let's get started. Good morning. Happy Friday, the 24th of October. 1 week from Halloween, guys. Scary markets. Just in time, right? All right, we'll get through this. If you have questions or tickers, just throw them there in the comment box. I'll take a look at them as I get through my swing trades. And, yeah. All right, data today. CPI dropped. I don't even know what it was, guys. I don't know what the numbers were. Reactions were positive across the board in indices and metals, which, metals look like they're going to run. I'm long platinum. So, all right, let's get into it. So ES, the S&P 500. All right, ES, MES. Open price was 67.77, high day 67.37, right? So that is an algorithmic high. We got to set a marker there. If you guys don't know why that's important, you're going to want to be in my war room. And then we want a data anchored VWAP to 830. Let me put that in. I haven't done that yet. And we're going to make that purple also. All right, that's going to be very important right now. It's playing defense. Bias is above 67.81. Right here, 67.82. So we're looking for longs currently. Next long read is right there, 68.05. Keep an eye on it. 68.05 to 68.10 probably would be a good long read. Let's get into RTY M2K, which is the Russell 2000. Same thing. Algorithmic high goes in. Man, student alpha, what's algorithmic high? Well, you can join my war room for free for 7 days. I'm going to be explaining all this today. You're going to want to know it. There you go. Anyway, open price 24.94, high day 25.44. Low day 24.94, resistance at high day, and then 25.50, support at low day, and 35. And bias is we have biases long above 24.98. Did I freeze? That's weird. My video froze. All right. Well, you get to see me frozen. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me. My software is showing that I froze. All right. Anyway, trade to system inversion levels are 2400 and 2600. I have no idea why my video froze. That's weird. Let me check. All right. Well. Yeah, you can hear me, but look at my picture is frozen. All right, well, fair enough. I'll just keep talking because you can see my chart. All right. Anyway, it's always something, guys. All right, thanks for the heads up. It's just showing on my screen that I'm frozen. So, again, this is my first week doing this setup, so I apologize for the clunkiness, guys. I'm working to improve it for you guys. All right, let's get into gold. So gold and metals have short bias, but we're looking for. I know. Yeah, my picture looks so shocked. That is so weird. Watch out, Vinny. Gold XAU subtract 14 from these futures levels. You can see the biases here. Guys, look, it ran right up there and smacked against bias. This looks like it's going to flip bias. You can trade the downside, but I like trading the reaction direction, especially when it's strong like this. I'll talk about this in the war room. Anyway, open price was 41.44, high day 41.59, low day 40.55, resistance at high day in 4,200, support at low day in 4,000. Biases short below this white line, and we're challenging it right now. I like longs right now, guys. I really do. Like I said, I'm long platinum. Silver futures for the underlying in XAG, you've got to add 29 cents. So backwardation is coming into a contango relationship, which is normal. That as that adding number gets lower, you can see we're above bias price here. We didn't get a flip, guys. So at the top of the hours, when we look at our hourly bias, we did not get a flip, but we are above bias price. Again, I like longs right now. I'll be explaining this in the war room how we're going to do that. Algorithmic top, you got to put it in. All right. But anyway, open price 48.66, high day 48.77, low day 47.38. Resistance at high day in 49, support at low day in 47. It's very wide because the beta has been very high. We're short below this level, but price is above on a non-confirmed long. And yeah, so if you're just joining, you see my video feed's not working, so it's all right. You can see my charts. Can you guys see my chart at least? I know my screen video of me. It looks like my videos, my screen display is working right. It's always just. All right. Platinum. Again, if you have any questions or tickers, just throw them in the comment box, guys. Platinum. Let's get into platinum for you guys. For the underlying, did I do the math on that? 75, subtract 20. Yep, I did it. All right, again, we're above. I went long on this retest here. So I am long platinum, guys. All right, thanks, Carl, for the heads up. You guys are a great crowd. Appreciate the help. Again, I don't know what's going on with my video, but at least you guys are getting the information. We'll get it worked out. Open price 15.93, high day 16.07. We want to put that algorithmic high in there. Actually, we've breached that algorithmic high. That's looking good. I'm long platinum here, guys. I'll explain why in War Room why I chose platinum. So make sure you come to my War Room. You get 7 days free to see if it's a value. Anyway, that's our bias price. And all right. So let's get into swing trades. Real quick, the 918 oscillators are inconsequential. They're 17-1. VIX has cooled off, guys. It's down to 4 points. So we're back into buying mode, according to what VIX said. And VIX expired this week, and they've rolled it over. That's the 30-day synthetic of the S&P 500, and that is the fear index, and it's cooling off. All right. So I won't throw them up here on charts, but Tesla's at 446. NVIDIA's at 184. They're all recovering. Intel post-earnings had a positive reaction. It's currently at 40.34. BBAI is lifted at 7.19. I like the buy, guys, still between 5 and 6. I'm not changing that. QBTS is price lifted a little bit to 33.21. It has recovered my stop losses at 20 on this long-term hold. And then Ethereum is recovered a little bit at 39.75. It reacts just like the S&P 500 does, or the indices do. So... but it's still in a secondary downtrend. It's going to struggle to break 5,000. I want it to because I own a lot. If you want to learn how to do this, I offer a money-back guarantee on my course and a free 7-day trial on my VIP. Links in my bio. I've got a pre-market volume later today I'll talk about. But first, let me answer your questions. And again, sorry about the frozen screen. I know you want to see my shining face, Evie, but we'll just leave that scary look. All right, so scroll back through, look at your tickers, guys. See what you got. We looked at FRSPF the other day there. You playing the rare earth metals thesis, Joe? Yeah, send me your trade plan. We'll take a look at it. Scrolling through, checking questions. Let me look over at YouTube also. Yeah, I see Jeff Hire. Like, you guys get the frozen picture of me over on YouTube. All right. And then our mean reversion's insignificant in platinum. Yep, at this price, I wouldn't mean revert 1600. We've crossed it. We crossed it almost entirely too much in the last 48 hours. So Van, I don't like it. I like longs off of it actually. Through it right here. I'm long platinum. So Tamil loves you. Bro, your plan to pass 50,000 K futures with a 40% consistency rule? Yeah. So when I do those, first of all, I stopped trading. I trade real money, so I stopped trading evals during this because I trade metals during the extremely high beta. It's just too difficult. I'll go back to them if the beta settles down next week. However, the way that I pass those is I like in gold. I'll hunt $1,050 on, which is like 5.5 points with a 10-point stop loss. So with a full breach risk, but your read has to be clean. So on a 40% consistency rule, that's the most you can make. So like say funding ticks, you have to make $2,500. That would be 2 of those trades. And then I do one more trade on the third day at $500 the same way. And I risk full breach because because my actual full loss is what I paid for the eval, whether it be, 20, 40, 50, or $100. All right, so let's get into some other tickers, and then let's see, ACHR. Rip. ACH Archer, because I've done this one before. Archer Aviation. You can see that this green box represents the consolidation, and it hasn't changed. Right, it's just very range bound. I would look to buy it on between the downside of this box and this support zone. So between $8.40 and $9. If you own it lower than that, that is where your stop loss goes. Right. All right. What's a different company, Joe? All right, hit me up in Discord or DM and we'll talk about it. Yeah. Keegan, Lily, when do you decide to cut losses and when do you take profits? Well, I don't decide in the middle of my trade. I have a trade plan going into it. So don't ever buy something without having that trade plan. And I can't answer that question directly because what is your trade time frame? Is it on the 1 minute or is it on the 1 year? Right. So practicality of the markets in your trade plan is important. You guys can come to my Discord and we can talk about all this stuff for sure. Let's see. A couple other questions in there. How do I stop myself from forcing taking trades? Have some discipline. Right? It's what you got to do. Just got to have discipline. All right. Let me get into how am I doing on time? All right, let me get into my pre-market volume later if you have any questions. So we'll see if we can get to it. If not, that's what my Discord's for, guys. Links in the bio. All right, WGRX is a pre-market volume leader with a move up of 141% on recent collaboration news. Previous day close was 40 cents. Pre-market high was $1.14, so that's your fib range. That's how you fib that. My area of interest is right here between 75 and 90 cents. This red line, that VWAP and this VWAP, that's the IPO VWAP, that is the all-time high VWAP. We're oscillating between those, and the daily VWAP's right there. So in order to enter my box, this will have to break. There's strong support at the top of this box. The reason why I do this box is I want to demand a discount and then 10% back up to the retest of it. However, if you are an aggressive trader, you can buy the support off that and hunt it to 10% at this level. All right, so I'm going to talk about that in my warm list too. You can trade off the top of the box or into the box. That's how that works, guys. All right, so I put these pre-market plan in my free Discord where you can see it, but if you want to trade it with me, you have to join my VIP. Do I follow candlesticks while EMA crossover? Of course. So candlesticks and candle reads are one level of confluence that I'm going to get, right? What if EMA crosses with a big bear candle next? Yeah, then you don't have confirmation, right? So if you get a positive cross and a negative candle, you have to wait for confirmation, right? So you get the cross, and then you wait for a bullish set of candles. That's how it works, my friends. So I'm going to head over to my VIP. It is Friday, guys. One of the things I do for my Discord is I put out a video on the weekend if you're in my VIP that gives you an update on the trade plan for the coming week, right? So you can trade with me every New York Open, Monday through Friday. I'm in there to answering questions. I do education, and then I put out these videos. So, all right, guys, have a good one. I'll be back Monday, and I'll get this video feed fixed. You guys have a good